Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinPlus Commentary, where today we are answering, I think, a very important question, especially with the run of Marvel content that we're getting right now. And it is if the Marvel formula is actually running out. For over a decade, Marvel have dominated Hollywood, but there is a winning formula. But is their winning formula starting to run out of steam? Now, the best way to describe this at first and also understand what the Marvel formula is quippy humor, which obviously I'm a fan of, being light-hearted tones and scenes along with serious stakes, which is a very good contrast, with characters like Thanos and other big bads coming to like Doctor Doom, and then you had Kang for a bit. So that's what I mean. You still had that comedic side and action side, but then you also had a very serious story. I like the shared universe storytelling, and obviously the more appealing aspects, and those appealing aspects that we had in the last few years have really been lacking in quality, especially in the big CGI action finales. It went from Iron Man to Endgame using the same formula, and it was very good for the time that it lasted, because all of it led up to something. With actor issues and then thrown around ideas, there is no set lead up until the last year. The issue is that the quality factor has just disappeared. Now, as for when did the formula actually work and how long did it last, I'm saying it lasted over a decade. Definitely, for sure. From Iron Man to Endgame, it lasted a decade. You can stretch it towards the likes of Spider-Man Far From Home, which is still over a decade. But as I said, the formula lasted, and for 11 years, it was a good stopping point, but it also needed a change. But Marvel tried too hard with these spin-offs while still trying to use that same formula, but it just doesn't work. Peak movies were the likes of Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and obviously all of the Spider-Man movies, there's no doubt about that. But the weighing system nowadays is just all over the place, and it just doesn't make sense anymore. Now, as for when this actually started to fall off, personally for me, when I noticed this starting to dip, was when Thor Love and Thunder came out. There was an overuse of comedy, and the film just couldn't be taken seriously, and the story was there, don't get me wrong. The story would have been peak if they didn't sprinkle in so many jokes that were so not necessary. But the external factors besides the story outweighed the importance of the whole movie, so that's kind of why it fell off. And I noticed other shows have been doing that, so that's when I noticed the proper fall off and click. Many of the shows, such as She-Hulk and a tiny bit of Miss Marvel, relied too much on CGI, and there was just too much content overload. Now, going into this new era of Marvel in the MCU, things like No Way Home, Loki, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 were some of the few projects that I think did really well, and they showed that they can do a vast number of tones. Examples being Moon Knight and WandaVision, very different, very happy, also very dark, gritty, amazing. But then we know, well, what happened to both of those. For some reason, they didn't continue them. But that is the avenue they should go down. Something a bit more serious, which I think is what they're doing for Doomsday. But even after that, even after Secret Wars, is how they should continue. I do believe there's going to be some sort of soft reboot, but that's what they should be doing. Now, in terms of the future of the MCU, as we know, the movies like Doomsday and Secret Wars are coming, and we have a lot leading up to that point. We had the Fantastic Four, we had Thunderbolts, which lead into that Fantastic Four, which then led to is going to lead to Doomsday. Now we have Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that's somehow going to link to it. We had Marvel Zombies, Vision Quest, and other projects that aren't directly linked to Doomsday or Secret Wars in any way, such as Wonder Man. But Brand New Day is where things need to change significantly, and I think that's their final breaking point before they hit the bite the dust. It also means that if this movie goes well, that the Avengers movies won't flop. Now, Fantastic Four have set the mark. They have done that pretty well. And let's be honest, I don't see Spider-Man really failing. All three of them were amazing. And obviously, Avengers Doomsday, you can't really go wrong with Doctor Doom.
Are you sure about that?
Besides the Fantastic Four film in 2015. But you know what? Just throwing it out there. Just don't mess it up or don't fuck it up. That's all I'm asking. So, is the Marvel formula running out? The formula has run out, but Marvel hasn't. I am making that very, very clear, and I want to make that very, very clear. Audiences are smarting out, and we know what Marvel are capable of, and Marvel needs to evolve if they want to stay on top of the cinema industry. Obviously. But without further ado, everyone, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what else you would like to see on the channel. But without further ado, hope you have an amazing day as always, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Yeah.